Here we go. Today, I want you to help me with this because you're going to see what Jesus did and how he did it and how it was for the glory of God. And then we're going to come back after we look at what Jesus did for the glory of God, and we're going to bring it right back to the circle of friends that Jesus had. You ready? So, Jesus made a claim that he is the resurrection and the life. Jesus not only made that claim, but he backed it up. And here in a little bit, we're going to look at John chapter 11. Jesus, and a lot of you know this story with Lazarus and how that was for the glory of God. But I want you to realize he made many other claims as well. Not only does he make the claim, but after he makes the claim, he substantiates the claim by his display of power. And he shows people that it is for the glory of God. So Jesus said he's the bread of life. Then he multiplied bread for thousands of people. He not only fed their bodies, but he also fed their souls. And why did he do it? For the glory of God. Jesus said that he is the light of the world. And then he gave physical sight to the blind beggar. And also not only did he give him physical sight, but he gave him spiritual sight. And he did it for what? For the glory of God. He said he is the light of the world. He said he is the bread of life. He said he is the resurrection and the life. He said he's the living water. And then he gave to the Samaritan woman and others from her village the spiritual water that made them so they would never thirst again. And he did it for the glory of God. Jesus said he's the good shepherd, and he proves that he's the good shepherd by the constant physical and spiritual care of his own sheep. And he does it for the glory of God. Jesus, when he makes a claim about his own life, he follows it up with action. You see, Jesus takes care of the physical, and he also takes care of the spiritual, and he does both together for the glory of God. The inner circle of friends with Peter, James, and John, everything he did, every single time he pulled these three in, for all of the times they spent together, Jesus invested in these men for the glory of God. And then he spent time with Mary, with Martha, with Lazarus, with the disciples, and he spent time with them and poured out his life for them for the glory of God. So today, I want you to know Jesus always verifies his claims. In fact, he is the life giver. He says right here in John chapter 11, he says that he is the resurrection and the life. And then we see what happens. Turn with me to John chapter 11, and let's look what happens.